Hello, I'm Mauricio Alejandro Rodriguez Jaime. I'm from the group 105, and today I'm going to be talking about the perception of insecurity. So, what is the perception of insecurity? An example would be the fear of going out for a walk at night and thinking something bad may happen to you. The perception of insecurity is a relatively recent phenomenon that has begun to be studied by various disciplines of the social sciences, in which empirical investigations have been carried out, as well as hypotheses and theories about its causes and effects have been developed. Meaning that this phenomenon wasn't much of a problem some years ago. For example, when your parents were little, they could go walking to school with any preoccupations or go to the park by themselves. Sadly, this is something we can do today without fearing something can happen to us.
Hello, my name is Alejandra Rodriguez Salas, and today I'm going to be talking about the statement of the problem of the perception of insecurity. In the sense of insecurity, the statement of the problem has come to modify the spatial arrangement of many cities, such as these divisions exacerbate inequalities, stigmatize some poor neighborhoods, and put slum areas and unofficial settlements in a virtual state of war. To know the perception of insecurity of Mexicans and the knowledge of public policy and the perception of insecurity are contrasted to know whether or not there is a relationship between them, that is, if public policy affects the perception of insecurity.
Hi, my name is Guillermo Rodriguez Gonzalez, and I will talk the next part of the flowchart, which includes the method and some other things about the experimentation in the text that we're presenting you. Hope you like it. First, we're going to talk about the method used in this particular text. The method used in this text is mixed because both qualitative and quantitative data were collected. Now let's talk about the experimentation. The experimentation will basically consist of a survey asking citizens about how they perceive the insecurity in their entity. These results then will be compiled in the so-called NVIPE survey carried out by the INEGI, but those results we're going to watch it later. Now let's go to the sources of information. The sources used in this text can be classified as primary and secondary due to the fact that information was obtained directly from the inhabitants, the objects of study, and from other documents on research done previously. In the text, the documentary technique was used because data already collected by another organization was used, and in this document, they are only being interpreted from another point of view. Let's move on to the investigation focus of investigation. The approach used in this article was a critical rationalist approach because it talks about insecurity with facts and does not leave influenced by anything, in addition to using scientific knowledge to prove its points. And that will be all by my part. Now let's move on to the next part.
Hello, my name is David Salazar Gonzalez. I'm from the group 105, and I'm going to do my presentation about the topic. I'm going to share screen right now. I'm going to share Teams because I shared a photo of my topic. I'm going to see if it's right. Yes. Okay, so the topic that my team and I are talking about is the perception of insecurity. There's a survey in Vibe of 2012 that the process is working as we show here on the table, and the analyzed results shows that the largest list of actions and attitudes affected by the perception of security in the country. Some examples that show the insecurity or the perception of the insecurity in the country are anxiety, um, trusting the police, that's very common right now in this time. Perceived risk of victimization. Sometimes you think that someone is going to like bully you or something like that. That's the perception of victimization. Fear of personal harm. Do you think that you are going to harm yourself, but you aren't, just like you are insecure about it? Also, fear of property theft and some other examples. Here, my teammates are going to also explain about it.
My name is José Rodriguez, and I'm going to explain the conclusion part of our project, of our video. So after we analyze the results, we arrive to the hypothesis, and we can determine if it is correct or incorrect. In the case, if it is incorrect, we should travel to the experimentation part, to the hypothesis part, and do the hypothesis again. Make another hypothesis, an experiment, and analyze the results again. If in this case the hypothesis is incorrect again, we can repeat this process over and over again until it is correct. When we have our hypothesis correct, we can arrive to our conclusion. The conclusion that we had is that the perception of insecurity is a public issue that threatens people's quality. In the case of the Mexican people, more than 66% of people do not feel safe in the state which they live in. Surveys have been made of victims and the perception of the insecurity they have. So this must be consolidated as a fundamental analytical tool for the design and implementation of public policies for crime prevention that affect both the reduction of the incidence of crime and the perception of insecurity. Thank you for watching our video, and this is